So I had a patient last week whose sister won't touch a COVID vaccine because she doesn't trust it. But she's injecting peptides from a website that also sells horse dewormer and reconstituting them in her bathroom with bacteriostatic water that she bought on Amazon.
I don't even know what that means, but I'm guessing she heard about that from a podcast.
Of course she did. It's called the Wolverine Stack because apparently we're all just one gray market injection away from regenerating like Marvel superheroes.
Well, today we're breaking down what's actually in these peptide protocols, what the research does and doesn't say, and why your gym buddy's supplement stack is now requiring syringes and a mini fridge.
This is the pitch. What happens when a chiropractor and a physical therapist get together to make a health and wellness podcast?
But chiropractors and physical therapists don't like each other.
Oh, think again.
I'm Dr. Kathy Lynch, physical therapist who likes to help people move and get stronger.
I'm Dr. Jason Young, an evidence-based chiropractor who uses humor just as much as adjustments to help people get better.
Welcome to the Pitch Podcast.
Remember, there's no I in pitch. Oh, man, we are back. I'm Dr. Jason Young.
I'm Dr. Kathy Lynch. And I'm
Yes.
still just wowed by this.
Welcome to the Pitch Podcast. I know that's a wild cold open because, like, what is this world that we live on?
What are we
Right.
doing?
If only there was a doctor who could come and save us all.
Do we have one?
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well,
Okay, well.
yeah, here we are again
Yeah.
for another episode. Happy Pitch Podcast Wednesday, everybody.
Yes.
Oh, first,
Yes.
can I do a little mea culpa?
Please.
I screwed up. I screwed up.
No,
Yeah, I think I
never.
I misspoke.
You were
Yeah.
stoked and then you missed stoked.
Case in point. No, in our what was it, cardio versus weights episode,
Okay.
I think that like I didn't state it correctly when I indicated that the older you get, the less exercise you need, which
Oh, yeah.
Which is-
I would have caught that if you had actually, if I was listening.
well, yeah, I think that you were thinking about the fact that cardio makes people's brains bigger.
Yep, that was the part about it.
Yeah, I know. I was tempted to just be like, no, April Fools, but
April Fool's,
no, I think because I went back and I listened and I was like, oh, Jason, that's not right.
Huh,
So
okay.
yeah, so when you get older, you don't actually need less exercise, but what you need is you need better rest and recovery.
Mhm.
That's what I was trying to get across.
Okay.
But I just said, nah, work out less, bro. You got this.
You only
So-
got so much time left. Don't waste your time.
Yeah. Well, and there's actually evidence to show that the older you get, like working out,
Mhm.
6 days a week actually has some benefits over not. But you have to pay more attention to recovery. And so,
Yes.
yeah,
That was your point.
my apologies.
Thank you for
Yes.
making that correction.
Mm-hmm.
You know you're always getting the truth here at the pitch.
Always getting the truth here at the pitch. And this is heavily regulated. Podcasts are in general.
100%.
Yes,
regulated.
which is why we're having the conversation that we're having. So I think I kind of ambushed you with this topic. I was like, Kathy, let's talk about the Wolverine Stack.
And I literally texted you back, I have never heard of this.
So we've done some research.
Okay.
We've
Yeah.
we've looked at the evidence that's out there, and this is something that we need to talk about.
Yes.
So I don't know if you've had patients who've come in and they've asked about peptides,
They haven't asked me about peptides.
They haven't. Well, they will. Trust me, it's coming.
well,
It's a thing.
It's good I'm learning about this.
Well, and it goes back to a couple things. Like, first of all, there was this 2025 research paper that talked about a peptide that was shown to have some pretty unbelievable effects in terms of helping little mice and rats to
Oh,
recover from injuries.
yes.
And then this kind of got picked up and talked about on some other lesser podcasts out there. Like, I think it's when,
One guy's name is Joe.
yeah, Joe, and the other guy's name is Huberman.
Yeah.
So Huberman went on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Mhm.
And, that Joe Rogan, he's a dude,
Yeah.
literally. The guy's a comedian.
Yes.
He does some MMA.
Mm-hmm.
He's an announcer.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like the trust level of this guy is through the roof.
It's because they put a microphone in front of him and a camera in his face and like, this
Yeah.
guy has credibility.
Yeah, he's like
Let me see those credentials.
He's like a bald Howard Stern.
Yeah. Who is this guy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
His show is entertainment. He'll tell you that his show is entertainment.
It's entertainment.
And I don't think that I don't really think the guy is dishonest either. I don't think if he believes something that's BS, he'll tell you it's BS and that he believes it, right? But man, people ascribe so much credibility to him, and this isn't the only thing, but this is one of those things where it has potential to cause some harm.
Yeah, it could be dangerous. It sounds dangerous to me.
Yeah, so we need to talk about it.
Let's dive in.
So let's start. So biohacking. Have you heard of biohacking?
Yes.
What's your take on biohacking?
So my take, okay, I am a spiritual person.
Okay. Okay. Good.
So part of my
as am I.
yes, so part of my worldview is as humans, we are meant to live and meant to die.
Yes.
We were not meant to live forever.
Right.
And so
At least not on our own terms.
no. I mean, is biohacking taking statins so that you don't build, plaque? Possibly.
Maybe.
But the biohacking, I assume the biohacking you're talking about are those people that want to extend their life and live longer than 100 years.
Right. And so they're doing these like off the books gene therapies and like using CRISPR and stuff like that. Or, I would like to learn how to grow wings and things like that. Yeah, it's weird. There's people out there that are just trying to change the human organism into something that it isn't. And man, the genie is out of the bottle on that one.
It is gone.
Yeah.
Off the rails.
Definitely. But people think that there's no consequences to them. Like, hey, if I sprout a third ear and I don't want it, they could just cut it off, right?
Simple. I'm sure insurance covers that, right?
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Okay.
And so in this podcast, I think Joe Rogan is one who's credited with naming these particular sets of peptides we're going to be talking about today, giving them the nickname the Wolverine Stack. And so some people listening to this might not be that cool and understand who/what Wolverine is.
What's a Wolverine?
Yeah, so Wolverine is Hugh Jackman.
Oh, well,
he's the greatest showman, right? No. So, Wolverine's a comic book character who he has these long claws that grow out of his hands, and he's got like all of his bones are metal and covered with they're covered with this metal, so he can slice through everything. And one of his major powers is the ability to regenerate. So he's been around for hundreds of years, and fought in all these wars and everything like that.
Can't kill him.
Unkillable. He is the Wolverine.
Hardest to kill.
Yes. If you go to Helix, Kathy's gym, their motto is that they're going to make you harder to kill. And they'll give you a t-shirt too that says
Absolutely.
that. Yes. I would never wear that shirt. Not because I don't love the gym, but I don't want to invite anybody to test my claim. Oh, harder to kill. Watch this. Yeah. Challenge accepted. Yeah, no thank you. So. But Wolverine actually is harder to kill. It's like a really cool character. Been in the X-Men movies. There's been Wolverine movies and everything like that. So Rogan hears about this peptide and how it gives your body these regenerative properties. And he's like, that sounds like the Wolverine Stack, right?
I'm going to interview you about this peptide.
Okay. Yes, let's do it. All right, break it down.
First of all, let's talk about what is a peptide.
Whoa, geez. Okay, all right.
Start there.
I used to teach cell biology at. Oh yes, you didn't know this.
I did not know this.
Yeah, I taught cell biology at Lynn Benton Community College. Yeah, I went there looking for a job teaching nutrition, and so they looked at my transcripts, my curriculum vitae and everything, and they said, "Hey, yeah, we listed this nutrition job, but we actually want you to teach cell biology."
Okay. Then.
And I was like, "What?" They're like, yeah. And I was like, are you sure? Like, I'm not a cell biology guy. I don't think I did good in cell biology. They said, you got an A in every single biology class you ever took. I was like, let me see that transcript. I mean, you get what you pay for, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, so they made me a cell biology teacher.
Wow, you're a
And
cell
so
biologist.
I can teach at the community college level.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just had to remind myself, Jason, you don't need to know everything about cell biology. You just need to know more than an 18-year-old who doesn't know what he wants to do with his life.
There you go.
and
That's a good
his
rule of thumb.
girlfriend who followed him to community college.
Yes.
That's it. That's all I needed.
That's
So
actually just a good rule of thumb for life.
it is, yeah. So, but let's go
Okay.
there. What's a peptide?
What is a peptide?
So a peptide is a collection of amino acids. What's an amino acid, you ask? So an amino acid, an amino acid is a collection of atoms which makes up a molecule, and then these molecules make up a peptide, which is the building block of proteins. And so when you're looking to get some protein, basically you're getting the amino acids are in there, you're getting peptides are in there. And so there's just so many different types of peptides out there that are in our body, that make up our body, that exist in nature. And so, and they all do different things. Like some of them will be structural, right? Like when you're using, like the way that our body uses protein, we use those peptides, those amino acids to actually build muscle.
Okay.
Some of them might cause cells to signal, like they're little signaling peptides or proteins. They'll attach to the surface of a cell, and then the cell knows, hey, when there's something attached to this receptor, we got to go do X, Y, Z. And so they're really versatile molecules, and they can do some cool stuff.
Okay.
So
that's a really good start.
Yeah, it happens in nature, so it can't be bad, right?
No.
Nature never gets it wrong.
Okay. So this peptide is, let's start. What do people think? What does this peptide actually do? Because it does do something.
That's a good question. So there are two peptides that we're actually talking about. One of them is BPC-157.
Okay.
BPC stands for body protection compound.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And
It's very creative.
Yes. And they called it that because where this was kind of discovered, all of us have this in us, first of all.
Okay. Naturally occurring.
Naturally occurring. If you're listening to this podcast, if you're within the sound of my voice and you still have a stomach, then you have some BPC-157 in you.
In the gut.
In the gut, yes. And what it does is your stomach's a very acidic environment, really like caustic, and so it has to repair itself from time to time. So BPC-157 helps with that repair process. Okay. So the other one is TB500, which stands for thymosin beta 4 500. Okay. And they both do a couple different things. I should tell you what TB 500 does.
TB do?
The TB, it signals other cells. So it attracts other cells that participate in healing, and it does something called angiogenesis, where it signals your body to lay down new blood vessels. Now, where these two things come in handy is, like, remember the BPC-157 is helping the stomach to repair and promotes healing. And then the TB500, since it causes the angiogenesis, it can bring blood flow to an area. So the theory is, if I have a tendon injury and I sprinkle some BPC-157 and some TB500 on there, then it's going to bring blood flow to that tendon. It's going to encourage some healing and help me to repair really, really quickly. Which, that access to blood flow is one of the rate limiting factors to recovery.
That's right.
Right. So like shoulder impingement, we're discovering that it's not just a mechanical problem. it is a blood flow problem.
Mm-hmm.
So getting that shoulder moving,
Yes.
you know, it's going to get some blood flow to it. But
Yeah.
what if you could just get some extra hoses of blood running to that tissue, right?
Okay.
So that's the theory. And then there's others that get used out there, like there's one called Melatan 1
Oh, tell me more about this
and
one.
Melatan 2. It's just like what it sounds like, right? Kathy, have you ever wanted to be black like me?
Every morning.
Yeah,
I wake
every
up
morning.
and say,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can only be more like Jason.
With Melatan 1 and 2, now you too can be blackish. Before I started using Melatan 1 and 2, I was even lighter than Raul. So yeah. Yeah. No, I don't use this peptide, but it's out there and people are using it.
Okay.
And what it does is it causes increased activity in melanocytes, which make melanin and makes your skin darker.
Okay.
So yes, fake and bake no more. But there's issues. Because there's reasons that our bodies have the amount of these peptides that we have in the places that we have them.
Yes.
And so using them other ways could cause problems.
You kind of, yeah, it seems like to me you don't want these peptides outside your stomach, but.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well, the problem is we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah. So when we did our cold open, usually those are just like purely fiction. That one's actually not. I had a patient who was telling me, and I told her that I would shout her out on this episode. Yeah. So because she's like, I'm gonna tell my sister to listen. And so she did not tell me your name, but let's pretend your name is Jenny. Hey Jenny.
Hi Jenny.
Yeah, let's talk.
Let's talk about the Wolverine Stack.
Yeah. So your sister told me that you were all about the peptides. And my first question was, how did you feel about the COVID vaccine? Because I had a suspicion.
Yes.
I had a suspicion that Jenny was skeptical of the COVID vaccine, but was all in on the peptides.
Absolutely.
Yes. And only one of those has been tested and for any sort of safety. And it's not the peptides. So
but the people who were testing COVID were criminals.
Yeah, war criminals.
War criminals.
Yeah, basically.
Should be put to death.
Right.
So
Certainly.
Therefore,
not
valid testing was done.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting because this thinking kind of fits all into the same category. Because Rogan, again, going back to Rogan, very, very skeptical of the COVID vaccine, right? And what a lot of people don't realize, and I'm getting off topic here, but this is going somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
What people don't realize is that the COVID vaccine, while that specific vaccine had not been tested, that mechanism for developing vaccines and everything had been tested for decades. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these RNA vaccine they've been tested for decades.
Wasn't new,
right?
So
wasn't
this
new.
was not science.
Yes.
No.
And I only bring that up because I need to contrast it to what we're doing with the peptides here.
Yeah.
Now these naturally occur, so people are like, "It's natural, yay!" Yeah. Well, you know what else is natural? Bubonic plague. It occurred in nature. Not great for you, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So,
Spanish flu,
syphilis,
bad.
All those things occur in nature. And so nature doesn't necessarily equal good. Sometimes nature equal bad.
Bad.
Right? So yeah, Jenny, you have to be careful with these things because they are less tested than some of the things that you are very worried about. And in particular, the big concern with melanotan, what did I call it? Yeah. Melanotan.
Yeah.
1 and 2 is that they can trigger potentially cancer. Yeah. Another, it's not just your skin that gets affected by melanocytes, it's also moles, right? And so one of the concerns is uncontrolled mole growth.
Yeah.
And and I'm not talking about the little animals.
No. Not in your backyard.
Yeah, so we had to be
On your back.
really careful with these. There's another one, the GHK-Cu, which is it's a copper peptide, and that one they claim that it boosts collagen and skin healing. So close up a wound, just splish splash some of these on there. So we don't have a lot of evidence about these things.
Is this the government keeping these things from us again?
Ah, you got it. Yeah, it's RFK.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's a conspiracy.
It's the opposite of RFK, actually.
Why aren't doctors doing this?
Yeah, so people wonder about this. Like, are the peptides good?
Right.
And Big Pharma does not want to compete with the peptides, and so they're trying to shut it down.
Okay.
Less likely. So here's a challenge. Because BPC-157 and TB-500 and these other ones, because they're known, you can't patent them, right? Like, I can't go out and patent vitamin C.
Okay.
Because it's known. There's nothing proprietary about it. It exists.
Okay.
Like, I can't go and suddenly decide I am going to copyright Moby Dick because now it's in the public domain. I can't do it.
Shoot.
So there's not much in it for them from that standpoint that, like, they can go out and start marketing BPC and get it through all the FDA trials and everything like that. And so that's one of the reasons they haven't picked up on it. The only kind of ways that they could maybe put a marketable spin on it would be if they found some way to alter or enhance it, or if they had a novel delivery system, right? Like, we have a new way of injecting it, or something like that. Then you can patent that.
3-pronged needle.
Yes. 3-pronged pink and blue needle. Yeah.
So that comes back to, the way this is delivered is subcutaneously. So people are injecting these things.
Yeah, like Huberman. If you don't know about Huberman, he's a neuroscientist, Stanford educated.
Probably.
Yeah, I think so. He's got one of the most popular health and wellness podcasts out there. I think it's like us, Huberman, some other guys.
He's a close second to the
Very
bench.
close, yes. There's no chiropractors or physical therapists on that show.
No.
So it kind of hurts his credibility a bit.
It does.
Yeah. But he talked about having a lumbar disc herniation, and he was injecting this 2 or 3 times a week, and, like, he gave his whole protocol for it and everything like that. And so people sometimes interpret that as, oh, it's been researched. The science has been done. And fortunately, he was okay. His back got better and everything. But even he says, and even Joe Rogan says, that there's no research behind it.
No.
And I shouldn't say no, because we're not just thinking that it does these things randomly.
Right.
There is some research.
Sure.
You know what kind of research has been done?
Tell me.
Rat research.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last I checked, we are not descendants of rats.
No.
We're slightly genetically different.
Slightly genetically different, but genetically similar enough that rats and mice are useful in medical research.
Yeah, sure.
We want to do research on mice and rats because we can block certain genes, and that helps us to know for sure. We can also cause certain injuries or diseases in the mice and rats, and then we just very gently and ethically euthanize them, right? It's just the nicest exit that you could possibly have after the research. So there's been some studies that have been done. Like I said, Croatia in the 90s, they were up in the lab working with the rats and mice, and they were getting some good results. There has not been human trials on it since then. And so the big question is, why not?
Yeah, why?
Why not?
Yeah.
And it should be a big question, because if the results they were getting were so amazing, you would think that some pharmaceutical company would have scooped this information up and tried to make the Wolverine drug.
Yeah.
But for some reason that didn't happen, which I don't know exactly why, but it should make one wonder, right?
Somebody would have wanted to make money off of this.
Absolutely. I want to make money off of it,
me
right?
Too.
And people are making money off of it.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
All right.
But so it never got picked up that way. And even if you have good results in rats and mice, it doesn't automatically mean that you're going to have good results in humans. There are drugs that get tested all the time, and they see these mechanisms in rats and mice, and 90% of those do not make it or survive human trials. And so it's very common that you can have good results in animal trials, but those don't translate over to humans.
Mhm.
And I think it's not just the efficacy outcomes that we should be looking at. We should also be really concerned with the safety,
Mhm.
right? So in the rice and mats and the mice and rats,
Those 2.
yeah, it looks like it was pretty safe. But the big question is, why not humans?
Why not? Why
And
haven't we gotten there yet?
I think the even bigger question is, if you're somebody who's skeptical of a vaccine, Jenny, um, why would you want to be part of the human trial of these peptides?
Mhm.
Because if you're using them and there's been no human research done, you're putting them in your body, guess what? You're now in the study.
You are the rat.
Yes, you are the rat. We're selective about the tools that we recommend, and Brain FM has really earned its spot. It's functional music built with neuroscience in mind, designed to support focus, relaxation, creativity, or sleep, depending upon what you need in that moment. Think of it like adjusting the lighting in your brain. Do you need deep focus? There's a mode for that. Do you need to calm down? I got that covered. We use Brain FM while working, decompressing, and winding down at night. It's simple, effective, and easy to stick with. This isn't just stuff that you can stream through YouTube or Spotify. This is audio that's been engineered using cutting-edge neuroscience, AI, and real composers. You can get a 30-day free trial at brainfm/pitch podcast. Remember, there's no I in pitch. The link's in the show notes, and signing up through our link for the free trial supports your favorite podcast. Brain FM, music for the brain. And the problem is that when you have an actual scientific study, there's boards, there's ethics boards that you have to get study protocols cleared with. That way, they make sure that they're not doing unethical things that will harm people. And that's been an issue in the past. We've done episodes talking about
Yes.
this. And so there's no oversight that way. Nobody is looking out for you as a test subject. Also, in these studies, whenever you put together a study protocol, there has to be plans for how are we going to keep people safe? How are we going to know when to pull the plug? Are we monitoring
Mhm.
these outcomes and everything?
Mhm.
If you just order this stuff and you're putting it in your body, nobody's looking out for you.
No.
Nobody's monitoring.
Mm-mm.
And because it's not being done commonly by medical providers and things like that, how are you going to be sure that you can get the help that you need if something goes wrong and you need to go to the ER and you're treating yourself with some random peptide?
Mhm.
And I know it says BPC-157 on the bottle, and I'll talk in a second about
Yeah.
why I say random peptide.
Yeah.
But you're treating yourself with some random peptide, and you go to the emergency room and you expect them to save you. How are they supposed to do that?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so risky.
It's so risky. Um, yeah, what was I gonna say about that? Like you said, if they're injecting it and we don't know, well, I know you're gonna get to this, like what we don't really know what's in that bottle that they're injecting,
Oh,
right?
but Kathy, it says on the label it's BPC-157, right? Why wouldn't we know what's in there?
Yeah, yeah, and the way you've described these peptides, again, like I said, these are peptides I wouldn't necessarily want outside my stomach because these peptides are in the the stomach for a reason, like you said, because it's acidic.
Yeah, we're spiritual people.
Yeah.
We're of the opinion that
I
God put them in the stomach.
Yes,
Because
for a
yeah.
reason. Yeah, I don't know if I
Pretty good
wanna
spot for
inject that into
them.
my tendons, ligaments.
Well, not until Jenny's done it. I wanna find out if Jenny's okay first.
And the other thing you know about these trials, like vaccine trials that we've tested in these peer-reviewed, randomized controlled trials is there's a control.
Yes.
There's the people who don't inject
Yes.
and do the same activities and
Mhm.
see if they get better at the same time
Yeah.
as the people injecting. So there's no control
No.
in general in the larger aspect and in the nitty-gritty aspect of this research that's happening.
Kathy, you're describing science, okay? Why would you ever want to do science on something that you're going to be using for like the health of your body? Does that make good sense? I don't know.
I don't yeah, I don't think I want it flowing around in my blood.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, so there's, and the other thing too, you mentioned the subcutaneous thing. So that's a protocol that was used by Huberman. There's other protocols out there for these. Like there's a pill form, which probably doesn't work
Mhm.
because peptides, when you take them orally, like they get to your stomach and they're going to get broken down. Right. And you already have some BPC-157 in your stomach. Like, why isn't that just getting flushed? So it doesn't really make much sense for this application,
Mhm.
but there are BP-157 pills out there.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the average person doesn't know enough about science, biology, healthcare to put together that doesn't make sense. How could I take a BP-157 pill or BPC-157 pill and it's going to break down in my stomach and become BPC-157, which I already have in there. And then somehow magically this stuff is going to go
That's
the rest of the body.
I'm not a cell biologist. You are, so I want to ask. What happens if
I'm
you
a cell biologist first, chiropractor second. Yeah.
What happens if you have too much BPC-157 in your gut?
Well, that's a really good question. And the answer to that is who knows? Literally nobody knows. We don't know. There is no scientific answer to that.
You could likely,
Yeah.
if you overdose on this.
If you can. Yeah. There's nasal sprays, which people try,
Mhm.
you know, and maybe that works. Who knows? Because we don't have any science on it. So we don't know. Now, here is, okay. So our exalted health leader, RFK Jr. So if you wanted to go to a compounding pharmacy and get you some BPC-157 or your TB-500
Yep.
or your GHK-Cu,
Let's get it.
you can't do it
What?
because they are on the no compound list, meaning that you can't go to pharmacies cannot make this.
Okay, good.
Can you imagine why they're not allowed to make it, Kathy?
My guess is it's not regulated.
Oh, yeah, that's a great reason. I hadn't thought of that, but
Nobody's overseeing this.
That's a really great reason. Yeah, so they're on that list, but our exalted health leader, Maha himself, Father Maha, thinks that it might be illegal to prevent compounding pharmacies from making peptides. And so he's got plans to just take it off the list.
This sounds a lot. I don't know why this popped in my brain, but like, why can't we let 8-year-olds drive? Let them drive.
You know,
those people are unregulated.
Physically, they probably can.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. And why is it illegal for them to drive at 8? We should lift that restriction.
Yeah.
This is exactly what it sounds like.
I mean, it's not too important that they're able to see over the wheel.
No.
Yeah. Or what about this? Okay. What about this? Why couldn't an 8-year-old drive a Tesla?
Yes.
In self-drive mode? You know, why not just let them hop in there?
Yeah.
Drive around. Because, hey, the car's doing most of the work.
Yeah.
Right?
We need to fight for the rights for these 8-year-olds.
Yeah. Now, we got to stop this because Griffin is 15.
Okay.
And he's like, Dad, like, why can't I just go ahead and get my license? I know how to drive. I clearly know how to drive, right? So I already know that he's going to walk up to me and put this in my face and be like,
see,
look at this, old man. I'll be like, all right, you bring me some peptides. No.
but I mean, that's the point. Like, lifting these restrictions is literally just saying, like, let's lift all the rules, disregard public health, and health for anybody.
Yes, we have abandoned common sense when it comes to this.
Yes.
And it's a very high risk thing. Now, chances are it's completely safe and very effective.
Let's hope.
Right? But like we could do the research. We could, right? So this actually brings us to the supplement industry in general. Now, a lot of people don't understand that your supplements are regulated in one way and one way only.
Mm.
Excuse me. That is label claims.
Mm.
So, the way that they're regulated is on the label, they cannot claim to cure anything.
Okay.
Okay. So you cannot, okay. Vitamin C is the cure for scurvy.
Yes.
Right. You get scurvy. That is a vitamin D deficiency, C deficiency. See, I'm going to have to like do another mea culpa in the next episode. That is a vitamin C deficiency. The cure for scurvy is vitamin C.
Okay.
You cannot put that on the label of a vitamin C supplement because you can't make cure claims on those supplements. You also, and this is a little less regulated, you should have in it what it says it has in it on the label.
You
right?
should.
And then there are supplements. Some people are going to feel kind of differently about this, but I got to say it. There are some supplements where the strategy is to say, this is a whole food supplement, right? Or this is a whole food thing. And part of the strategy there is the claims or the rules are even looser on food than they are on supplements, right? And so you don't have to put all the ingredients on food. You don't have to put quantities on food. I don't have to tell you how much biotin there is or this B vitamin or that if it's food. And so some of these companies, that's the way they get around is, oh, we're using food as a supplement. And it's marketing.
Understood.
It's marketing. It's not always science or necessarily even better. So that is going to ruffle some people's feathers because there are some supplement companies where that's their strategy. And I'm not 100% against that because like I've got a nutrition background and I believe that food is good medicine.
Right.
It's good for nutrition. That is the main purpose of food. That and birthday parties, right? So, and barbecue.
Is the point.
And barbecue.
Yes.
I told you I'm a spiritual person too, right? Barbecue. Okay. So that's important to understand because I have now discussed all of the regulations regarding supplements.
And that's it, period.
There's no requirement for third-party testing. There is just requirements that you not poison people, I guess. You can't poison people. You're going to get in trouble if you poison people. But yeah, it's very loosely regulated. And so the big question we have to ask is, do we want something like this coming through the supplement industry or through the FDA? Which I'm not a huge fan of the FDA. I'm not a huge fan of Big Pharma. But I recognize that the pharmaceutical industry has a significant apparatus for safety and proving efficacy. It costs billions to get drugs to market. And the thing that I'm not a fan of is the fact that there's just a very small group of people that can actually do that because like you and I couldn't start a pharmaceutical company. There's no way that we could come up with that money.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say PT. They don't let PTs and chiropractors do it? Or it's just the money part? Oh.
Okay, that other detail, right? But so it's not like a level playing field because pharmaceutical companies are the only ones who could use this apparatus. But the thing is, they have to pump so much money into it because there's so many rules about what it takes, and it helps to ensure public safety. Supplements, on the other hand, and granted, I recommend supplements to people, but I'm very specific about the ones that I do and where they come from. But the way that supplements are regulated or not regulated can create some significant risk. The main protection that you have when it comes to a supplement is that if it harms you and you can go back and prove that it harms you, you can sue the pants off of that company. That's the main protection that you have.
Good luck proving it.
Yeah. So they call this the gray market, right? Because it's not the black market where something is prohibited, but it's a gray market because you don't know what's actually in that stuff.
You don't.
Yeah. I could sell you BPC-157 and it could be water.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not going to hurt you. You're going to inject it. It's not going to hurt you. But you'll never know. You'll never know for sure. And there's only so much you could do If you could prove that, that's what I'm doing.
Mhm.
So, one of the big concerns with this is it's not really difficult to make peptides in a lab, but there's a lot of not very safe ways to do it. Heavy metal exposure is an issue. So you could be dealing with lead exposure, depending upon where you get it
Mhm.
from,
Mhm.
especially if you're getting it from another country. And I guarantee you, these companies are spending far more on marketing than they're spending on research and development, safety, testing, and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Because it is a big money business. So if you want to use this, it's like $150 a month, and you're doing like a 3-4 month protocol, and people are just ordering off of the website. You just got to ship it out. There's no quality control or anything like that. Buyer beware.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've seen this with all kinds of drugs. Like let's try like street drugs. How safe is that?
Depends on which ones.
Yeah. No, everything's got a little fentanyl in it right now.
Everything's
Yeah. Better high, more addictive, and it's easier to sell more drugs.
Mhm.
But yeah, so this is potentially disastrous.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about on the small scale, which is one person could use them and have a disaster, and also on the big scale,
Mm.
where if you have a manufacturer becomes really popular, they send it out to a lot of people. It's not good product. A lot of people get hurt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was listening to another podcast, just one other one where they were talking about supplements and how pervasive. And I'm on social media, so I don't want to pretend like I'm not, but how pervasive social media influencers are to compounding this misinformation
Mhm.
problem. Um, and people, see these influencers doing these things and like, oh, it must be safe. They're doing it.
Yeah.
And their claims that this is, making them feel better and they're
Mhm.
getting better quicker, um, can sound believable.
Mhm.
It's
And
scary.
well, and on top of that, especially with social media, there is no financial disclosure that is required,
Oh, that's
right?
true, right?
Like when you watch commercials and you see a drug
Mhm.
commercial, they all have that one hilarious part at the end. What is that?
That's the disclaimer,
Yeah,
and this may cause death.
death, diarrhea, explosive diarrhea, purple diarrhea. you know, just there's a whole ridiculous list of things that it could
Bleeding from your
cause.
ear.
Yes. And so supplements by comparison seem really safe because you don't have to do that whole big long list
You
of
don't
disclosures.
hear the disclosure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why not? Well, because there just aren't the rules.
Mhm.
So the other thing too is when you're listening to an influencer talk about a supplement or something like that, especially if at the end they're like, click the link in the bio,
Mm,
you don't know if they are being paid to say what they're saying.
right,
You also don't know if they're being honest with you about taking it themselves.
right.
You don't know that that person knows anything,
Mm-mm.
right? They might not have a single certification, any license, any oversight, anything like that.
Mm,
And so it is buyer beware, super duper risky.
yes.
What I do for patients is I do some investigation on the brands that I recommend. I want evidence that they do third party testing. Third party testing means if you have Kathy's supplement
Mhm.
company and you're making supplements, I want to see that you are sending those supplements out to another lab who is blindly testing them. They don't know that it's Kathy's supplement company, but they do blind tests of supplements to make sure that what's in those pills are in those pills and it doesn't contain other things. And so and there are supplement companies that they go out and they do this, and those are the brands that I recommend.
Mhm.
Years ago, back when just right before I was going to get my nutrition masters, there was a study that came out from New York City. They pulled supplements off of the shelf at like Walmart, at GNC, which you'd expect to have some good
Yeah.
ones. I think Target was another one. And
Mhm.
they looked at these supplements and they just tested them to see if what was in them was really in them.
Mm.
And so there was one of them that was gluten free and or labeled gluten free, contained mostly wheat filler.
Ooh.
not even the supplement, right?
Yeah.
There were some that contained too much of what was in there. There were some that didn't contain any of what was in there. And these were at GNC, which you're supposed to be able to trust.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so when I read this article, and I used to have a copy of it in the clinic, and I'd highlight it and I'd give it to patients because I'd be like, be careful.
Yeah.
But I still want to recommend things because there's supplements out there that are helpful. I feel like I have a liability if I recommend a supplement, you go out and you buy something and it hurts you. Okay. Which is maybe the least likely thing to happen because I don't think that these companies are out there putting bad stuff in because they want to hurt people. But one of the most likely harmful things that could happen is if I'm like, man, Kathy, you really need some magnesium, right? And so if you go out and take some magnesium, it's going to help you with like your headache or whatever. And then you go out and you buy some magnesium, but it's really wheat filler, and you take it and it doesn't fix your headache. And we're like, man, we'll scratch that off the list. It wasn't magnesium. You didn't actually take magnesium, right? And that's harmful to people. They could get better from a good recommendation, but if the stuff is crap and we don't know it, we've checked something off the list that could have helped, right? So I, for my part, I have the conversation with people. I tell them, listen, this is what I recommend, and I have a brand that I recommend, or a couple brands that I recommend, and you can order it. The dispensary that I sell supplements through, it allows me to kind of do a sliding scale in terms of the discount that I give. I give the maximum discount because my biggest worry is people who are concerned about price shopping, and they go out and they buy something that doesn't have something in it. It doesn't have anything in it, right? And so I want to do everything that I can to make sure that if I'm recommending something to people, that they are taking the actual thing, because I choose companies that have third-party testing and everything. So people are like, wow, they're probably listening. They're like, wow, this sounds like a great idea. I would love it if there was some third-party testing of my supplements. I wonder if you're taking these peptides, they have not been third-party tested.
No, likely.
Not
at all.
There's no mechanism for
No.
it. Yeah, there's no mechanism for it.
Yeah.
So ordering it off the internet, bad move.
No, don't do it.
Getting it from your gym bro, bad move.
Jenny, we're talking to you.
Yeah, Jenny,
Stop,
come on,
Jenny.
girl.
Stop.
Yeah, and just like, man, you're probably already tan enough. Like, for real. Goodness. All right, I feel like I've like just beat the heck out of this topic.
Yeah, I think we beat it.
Yeah.
But I think this is an important conversation to have.
Yeah, and I'll say this. I would love for this to work.
It'd be great.
Like, I think it would be amazing. I just want to see it done safely and accurately. If this stuff works, I'm going to be putting it on every joint, tendon, ligament, anything like that in my body. I will like be bathing in this stuff every night if it's safe. But it's so risky right now. So risky.
It is.
And just go do some street drugs instead. This is a great time for the disclaimer, right? None of this is health advice.
This is not health advice.
Pure entertainment.
Pure entertainment. What we're telling
of the
you.
Joe Rogan variety. And look, you knuckleheads went out and bought just whatever he said. We're making an episode about the Wolverine Stack because of his entertainment value. So
yeah.
Should we play a game?
I would love it.
All right. For this game, we have our special host, Raul. Raul's going to be running this. What you got first, Raul?
Hey, everyone. Okay. So today, y'all were talking about the Wolverine Stack. So we're going to test y'all's knowledge on everything Wolverine.
Okay.
Okay, I just did a whole bunch of stuff on the Wolverine Stack.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Perfect. So it'll be comic books, animals, sports team, the movies,
all right,
like everything. Like, yeah, that's
we're
everything
going all in on
Let's
the Wolverine.
Go. Wolverine.
Oh, I know that movie. Okay,
my favorite movie.
I hope I get that
Growing
one.
up, I hope I do.
So we'll go back and forth between y'all.
Okay.
So I don't know. Does anyone want to go first?
I'll go first.
Ladies
Okay,
first.
And I'll just give you trivia questions and answer it. If someone gets it wrong, the other person will have a chance to steal.
Okay, so I'll just steal all your points.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
We'll see. Good luck.
Okay, so Let's see. Question number 1. Hugh Jackman played Wolverine in the X-Men film franchise for over 2 decades.
Okay. True.
What year
Oh.
did he first appear in that role?
Yes, we started with the right person.
What year was he first in Wolverine? 2002. I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
So close. Okay,
I'm going to say
Jason.
2003.
It was actually 2000.
Oh, 2000.
Dang.
Yeah. All right.
Right at the
0-0.
start.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So, number 2, this one's going to Jason. The Wolverine is the largest land-dwelling species of its family. What family of mammals does it belong to?
Oh, you said family of mammals. I was going to say mammals.
Nope.
No. What family of mammals does it belong to? Anteaters. No. Is it a marsupial? I don't know. No, it's a bear, isn't it? I don't. Freaking heck. Go ahead.
Skunk bear.
That.
I don't know if I know what a skunk is.
A skunk bear is a Wolverine.
Okay.
The Wolverine is the skunk bear.
I think I made this game too hard.
No.
Okay.
Shout
I'm
out.
not sure I'm going to pronounce this correctly.
Okay.
It says Mustelidae. Mustelidae.
Mustelidae?
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds made up.
it does
I
sound
think if
made
you
up.
Google Wolverine,
Does not say skunk
It
bear,
does.
Kathy. Stop saying skunk bear.
it's,
It's the Skunkosaurus Rex. All right,
Yeah,
Kathy, your question.
Okay, Kathy,
She's
Number
Googling,
3.
are Wolverine skunk bears?
yes.
What?
Oh.
Wolverines are often called skunk bears because of their thick, bear-like appearance and potent, foul-smelling musk, as they emit
Yeah,
similar to the
But
skunk.
that's not a type of animal.
It isn't. It is a musty.
It's-
I think we got to
But you
give it to
want-
Kathy.
It's
But
the,
you-
what?
But you know why?
It's the mustadidlyious or whatever you said. How do you spell that?
Okay, it's Mustelidae.
That just sounds like a bunch of letters.
It
I'm
does,
going with
yeah.
mustadidlyious. I get
And
the
this-
point.
Here, let me tell you why I call them skunk bears.
She's cheating.
Yeah.
She's looking at Google.
Well, I'm calling them skunk
Okay.
bears because this is a shout out to my good friend, and always comes back to Notre Dame.
Yes.
And my Notre Dame classmate was a Michigan State Spartan.
Uh-huh.
Karen.
Oh, you're giving me answers. I like it.
yes.
Keep going.
Yes, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Jazzy. We call them the Wolverine skunk bears because,
Skunk
of
bears.
course,
They are.
we have a common enemy.
Because, of course,
The
science.
Michigan
skunk
bears.
All right.
It always comes back to Notre Dame.
Oh, geez. I hope that's one of the
Any
questions. I'm
trivia?
going to steal that.
Okay. So, funny that you mentioned that.
Gosh!
Number 3. University of Michigan's athletic
Ah.
I get one. The Wolverine skunk bears.
team. Uh-huh.
Yes.
So, what's the official
Oh.
color combination, though?
It is not blue and gold. It is, oh my gosh. I know this because they're like, we're not blue and gold. God. What do they call their yellow gold color? Garnet? No. That's red.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to throw it
You
to
gotta throw it
Jason.
to Jason.
Okay. We're going to go with the blue and
It's a
uh,
iPhone of Fame.
sunset yellow.
No.
No.
It's what is it, Raul?
It is blue and maize.
That's what
As
I
in
Maize,
corn.
like the corn. Yes, the blue and the maize.
Uh-huh.
Damn it.
Ah, gosh, man.
God, Jazzy would have been able
We're
to
not
tell me
we're
that
not Big
one.
Ten people.
Shoot.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Darn it. I was going to get one. Blue and maize. That's why.
Number 4 for Jason.
I feel like the winner of this is gonna have exactly 1 point. Go ahead.
Potentially. In the Marvel Comics universe, Wolverine's real name is James Howlett, but he goes by a different nickname most of the time.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What is it?
It is Logan.
That is
Ah,
correct.
Yes.
Okay. That might be
Yeah.
our winner.
and a good Wolverine movie at that.
Oh man, Jason taking the lead.
Half a point.
Okay, Kathy, this
Mhm.
next one for you. Number 5. Wolverines are known for their incredibly strong jaws. What is one notable prey animal that wolverines have been documented killing despite the size difference?
Bears.
So honestly, like this is one where I feel like there's probably multiple answers, but it only gave me one.
Okay.
Elephants. I don't know.
Okay.
Gotta throw it to Jason.
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't know. Wolverine versus mountain lion.
Not quite. Okay.
Who was
so
the rightest, though?
honestly, neither.
What's the answer?
they were going for okay. So let me clarify.
answer
They're going for a
is-
prey animal. So
A prey animal.
yeah.
Oh. Besides this.
Okay. I'll give you
Just
a
tell us.
region. Okay, yeah. It's a reindeer. It's pretty.
A reindeer?
Yeah.
Of course, Wolverines would kill a reindeer.
Stronger jaw than a
Of
reindeer.
course, it would kill.
Reindeers have a
Rudolph.
strong jaw.
Right. They hate Santa.
That must be why Santa
Right.
was having. Oh wow. Okay.
Mm,
Wow, that's a weird question.
It's a weird question.
All
yeah.
right.
So definitely some niche knowledge here.
Okay.
I feel like we're driving the struggle bus. Yeah.
Number 6. So in the 2013 film The Wolverine,
Yes.
Logan travels to which country?
Who's
Where?
this?
Years.
Mine? Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
And most of the movie is set here in this country.
Mother Russia.
Not quite, Kathy.
God dang it.
Iceland.
No, we're looking for Japan.
Oh, duh. Gosh, I knew that.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
So it's largely set in Tokyo
Yes.
and rural Japan.
Oh, right. The Wolverine.
yeah.
I was thinking of Logan. That's what I was.
I see.
That's
That's what I
Okay,
was
yeah.
thinking of. Yeah, but yeah, of course. Yes. Well, yeah.
So it's apparently based off of the classic 1982 Frank
Yes.
Miller and Chris Claremont
Mhm.
comic arc.
Yeah. Yeah. Great action sequences in that.
Mhm,
A little bit
definitely.
of Katana v Claw.
Mhm.
Like it. All right.
Okay,
I'm so
next
disappointed
one.
in myself.
Number 7, the Wolverine's natural range is mostly limited to cold climates. Okay. I'm going to say name one of the 2 regions or continents where
Uh-huh.
wild Wolverines are found.
A continent?
Oh,
Mhm.
you better get this one because I watched that show alone. And yes.
Well, if the continent, if I say North America,
There we
I
go.
get a
Ding, ding,
point!
It's a
ding.
winner. Yeah, the
Okay.
Arctic Circle. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Northern Europe and North America.
Okay, sweet.
All right,
Yeah.
tied.
Tied so
Yes.
far.
Okay,
Okay.
lock in, Jason.
Let's see.
Lock in.
Okay. It's not wanting to show me this. Being difficult. Why are you up? Oh. Okay. My gosh.
Is it not letting you at the rest of the questions?
It might be stalling me. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay, I
Okay.
was gonna say we
Well,
might have a soccer
I
tie.
know. I know. Okay. I think we'll go for a tiebreaker.
Okay.
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 Is this like the first person to buzz in? Is that what it's gonna be?
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like
that.
that.
Let's do it.
I like that. Okay. Sweet. So this question. What is the name of the 2024 Marvel film that brought Wolverine back to the big screen?
I have no idea.
Deadpool.
Yes, but the full name.
The deadest of pools. Which one was it?
I'll give you a hint.
The dead
It's it goes with the steam.
goes with the steam.
With this
Yes.
steam.
Well, with this theme, let's see, Wolverine. No, Deadpool. Like regeneration.
Wolverine and Deadpool.
peptides. Oh yeah, that's it.
Do I win?
Deadpool and Wolverine. It's
I
Deadpool
win?
and Wolverine. Yeah,
So I think
win.
I gotta
You
give it to Jason for
I
that.
said the words. I said the
Oh
words.
yeah. Woo!
That was a tough one.
Golly.
All right.
Maybe
That
the
was
hardest
hard.
game we've ever
That is
played.
definitely not
All
the
right,
hardest.
Kathy,
All
take
right.
homes.
Okay. Take homes. The supplement industry is an issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the fact that people are injecting things that they bought off the internet is scary.
Yeah, that's a good take home. Yeah. Here's another take home. To the Jennies of the world, be smart.
Please.
and be careful. And we can trust doctors.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ask your doctor. Send
And
them a note.
these public health systems that exist, they exist to keep people safe. It is much more likely that these things exist to keep you safe than that there is a conspiracy theory out there which involves hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, some of them making minimum wage,
Yeah.
who have not exposed these theories. It's much more likely that these are good people trying to help and protect you than that there is some sort of boogeyman that's trying to keep something that is valuable, life-enhancing, life-protecting out of your hands. So this might be the real deal.
This-
Wait for the science.
Yeah, let's wait.
Wait for science. There's no harm in that.
No, just
Yeah.
wait.
Okay.
Okay.
And you don't need to be black like me. Right.
No.
Just- yeah.
All kinds. We need all
Yeah,
kinds.
yeah, just do the bronzer. All right. So like and subscribe. If
Yes.
you heard something that you liked,
Mhm.
please subscribe.
Mhm.
Share this with a friend. We love a good review. We'd love a bad review. We just want to know that
Yeah.
you're out there
Yeah,
and that you're alive.
listening.
Right.
Even if you don't like it.
Yes. And you don't even have to like to subscribe. If you heard something that you hate
Yeah.
and you think this is really dumb, just subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, hey, you're already popping peptides. So let's just get crazy, right? You're already doing a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense. Just subscribe to this podcast already, okay? And there's
That's
one more.
right.
And there's one more thing. One more thing.
Yes.
There's no I
I
in
pitch.
pitch.